If you still smoke, even though you know the risks, it's not because you're weak. It's not because you don't care about your health. It's because there's a psychological and chemical trap happening beneath the surface that most smokers never fully understand. And until you see it clearly, the cycle continues automatically. In this video, I'm going to show you why smoking feels relaxing, why cravings happen, why quitting feels harder than it should, and how to begin taking your power back to become smoke-free. Because once you truly understand the trap, smoking starts to lose its hold on you. Later in the video, I'll explain the one thing most smokers completely misunderstand about cigarettes, and why that misunderstanding keeps the addiction alive. So stay with me. Most smokers already know smoking is harmful. That's not new information. We've all seen the warnings on tobacco and cigarette packets. We know about lung cancer, heart disease, stroke, breathing problems, and yet millions of people still smoke every day. Why? Because smoking addiction is not driven by logic. It's driven by conditioning, chemistry, emotion, and repetition. Over time, smoking becomes linked to daily life. Morning coffee, breaks, meal times, stress, phone calls, driving, socializing, alcohol, after sex. The brain starts connecting cigarettes with feelings of relief, comfort, reward, or relaxation. And after repeating those patterns hundreds or thousands of times, the behavior starts to feel automatic. You no longer consciously decide to smoke. You simply find yourself reaching for a cigarette without any thoughts. And this is where many smokers become frustrated with themselves. They think, why can't I just stop? But what's happening goes far deeper than simple willpower. In a moment, I'll explain exactly why smoking can feel relaxing, even though chemically the opposite is happening inside your body. At the center of smoking addiction is nicotine. Nicotine is one of the most addictive substances in the world. Within seconds of inhaling cigarette smoke, nicotine reaches the brain and begins affecting chemicals linked to mood, reward, focus, and stress. Depending on the situation, it can create temporary feelings of alertness or calm. And this is exactly what makes nicotine so deceptive, because the brain starts associating cigarettes with emotional change. You feel stressed, you smoke, and your state changes. You feel tired, you smoke, and you feel more alert. So over time, smoking begins to feel helpful, supportive, even necessary. Nicotine addiction works by creating repeated cycles of dependency throughout the day. As nicotine levels fall in the bloodstream, the body begins moving into mild withdrawal. This can create irritability, restlessness, difficulty concentrating, tension, unease. And so another cigarette is smoked. Nicotine levels begin to rise again, and the discomfort disappears, albeit temporarily. That temporary relief reinforces the addiction cycle over and over again. This is why many smokers say, I feel better after a cigarette. But the feeling doesn't last long, because nicotine levels drop relatively quickly, which means the next craving is never too far away. And this is how smokers can end up trapped in a continuous cycle of smoking simply to feel normal and to avoid discomfort from withdrawal. The tobacco industry has understood this cycle for decades. Once nicotine dependency is established, the smoker often becomes a long-term customer, if not for a lifetime. And now I'll explain one of the biggest misunderstandings in smoking addiction. Smoking appears to help you feel relaxed, but physically, your body is placed under stress. As mentioned before, between cigarettes, nicotine levels begin falling. As they fall, the body experiences tension and withdrawal discomfort. When you smoke, the nicotine levels rise again and the discomfort eases. So it feels like the cigarette created relaxation, but physically the body is under strain. Your heart rate increases, your blood pressure rises, and as thousands of chemicals enter the bloodstream, oxygen levels decrease. And yet, the brain interprets the temporary ending of withdrawal as relaxation. That's how deceptive nicotine addiction can be. Smoking is an illusion masking the physical strain your body undergoes whilst you're inhaling toxic cigarette smoke. And now if this video helped you see smoking differently, and if you feel ready to go deeper, I've created a full guided quit smoking program that combines mindset work, behavioral understanding, relaxation techniques, trigger awareness, and hypnotherapy support to help you break free from the smoking cycle in a calm and structured way. You'll find a link below if you'd like support on your smoke-free journey. And whether you decide to join the program or not, I hope this video helped you realize something important. You are far more powerful than the habit that's been controlling you. Thanks for watching.